Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Sharad Bihari, Radha Sharad Bihari Radhe, Jaya Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani, Jaya Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौरा हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्रषद श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्रषद श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय गंगा मैया की जय यमुना मैया की जय श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय श्री जन्माष्टमी महोत्सव की जय हरि नाम संकीर्तन की समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Hare Hare ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
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 नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity this morning to speak from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, questions by King Parikshit. And we are doing verse 16 today. Pramāṇam aṇḍa-kośasya bāhyābhyantara-bhedataḥ mahatāṁ cānucaritaṁ varṇāśrama-viniścayaḥ pramāṇam aṇḍa-kośasya bāhyābhyantara-bhedataḥ mahatāṁ cānucaritaṁ varṇāśrama-viniścayaḥ pramāṇam aṇḍa-kośasya bāhyābhyantara-bhedataḥ mahatāṁ cānucaritaṁ varṇāśrama-viniścayaḥ. Anyone would like to chant, recite the mantra?
pramāṇam aṇḍa-kośasya bāhyābhyantara-bhedataḥ mahatāṁ cānucaritaṁ varṇāśrama-viniścayaḥ. Hare Krishna.
Pramāṇam aṇḍa-kośasya bāhyābhyantara-bhedataḥ mahatāṁ cānucaritaṁ varṇāśrama-viniścayaḥ. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pramāṇam aṇḍa-kośasya bāhyābhyantara-bhedataḥ mahatāṁ cānucaritaṁ varṇāśrama-viniścayaḥ. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Synonyms: pramāṇam, extent and measurement; aṇḍa-kośasya, of the universe; bhaya, outer space; abhyantara, inner space; bhedataḥ, by division of; mahatāṁ, of the great souls; cha, also; cānucaritaṁ, character and activities; varna, castes; ashrama, orders of life; viniścayaḥ, specifically describe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Translation. Also, please describe the inner and outer space of the universe by specific divisions, as well as the character and activities of the great souls, and also the characteristics of the different classifications of castes and orders of social life. Purport. Maharaj Parikshit is a typical devotee of Lord Krishna, and as such, he is anxious to know the complete significance of the creation of the Lord. He wants to know the inner and outer space of the universal form. It is quite fitting for the real searcher of knowledge to know all about this. Those who are of the opinion that the devotees of the Lord are satisfied with mere sentiments can find in the inquiries of Maharaj Parikshit good lessons as to how inquisitive a pure devotee is to know things in their true perfection. The modern scientist is unable to know about the inner space of the universal horizon, and what to speak of the space which covers the universe. Maharaj Parikshit is not satisfied with only material knowledge. He is inquisitive about the character and activities of the great souls, the devotees of the Lord. The glories of the Lord and the glories of his devotees combined together comprise the complete knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Krishna showed his mother the complete universal creation within his mouth, while she, completely charmed by her son, wanted to look inside the mouth of the Lord just to see how much earth the child had eaten. By the grace of the Lord, the devotees are able to see everything in the universe within the mouth of the Lord. The very idea of the scientific divisions of 4 classes of human society and 4 orders of life is also inquired about herewith on the basis of individual personal quality. The 4 divisions are exactly like the 4 divisions of one's personal body. The parts and parcels of the body are non-different from the body, but by themselves they are only parts. That is the significance of the whole scientific system of 4 caste and 4 social orders. The value of such scientific divisions of human society can be ascertained only in terms of the proportionate development of devotional service to the Lord. Any person employed in government service, including the president, is a part and parcel of the entire government. Everyone is a government servant, but no one is the government himself. That is the position of Lord of all living entities in the government of the Supreme Lord. No one can artificially claim the supreme position of the Lord, but everyone is meant to serve the purpose of the Supreme Whole. Translation one more time. Also, please describe the inner and outer space of the universe by specific divisions, as well as the character and activities of the great souls, and also the characteristics of the different classifications of the castes and orders of social life. So let's start with Mangalacharan prayers. These prayers are auspicious to invoke an obstacle-free environment, and also these prayers are meant to beg for the blessings from those teachers whom we call acharyas, who have given us this wonderful treasure of knowledge. So whosoever knows these prayers, you can be muted and you can recite with me. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadahmayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuva evacha patita nama pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So thank you so much again, once again. And it's a wonderful opportunity to speak on the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially in the morning time, because morning is meant for all the priorities in our life. And Srimad Bhagavatam is, of course, the topmost priority as given to us by our beloved Acharya Srila Prabhupada as a process of devotional service. So Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran, it is the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. And why we call it ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature? Because Srimad Bhagavatam is giving us the answers to all the questions. Otherwise, these questions are very difficult to get answers from. Because if we ask normal people in this world, they don't know about their own whereabouts. And if you ask the specific questions from the scientists who are considered as intelligent class of the society, they also can give us answers to certain level. But Srimad Bhagavatam is the answer to all the questions. And in fact, there is a chapter in second canto, last chapter, which says Bhagavatam is the answers to all questions. And that's true. No matter whosoever asks any question from us, as a student of, as a worshipper of Srimad Bhagavatam, we all should be able to answer from Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavatam is giving answers to all the questions. And it is very interesting to know that Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but the question and answers. It's a document which is compiled by Vedavyas Muni, glorifying the questions and answers of the devotees of the Lord. As we all know, let's just refresh our own memory, and this is for my own memory. I know you all are brilliant, exalted Vaishnavas, so only for my own memory. So from where it started, we know that Shaunaka Rishi and Sutta Goswami, there is conversation. And prior to that, we know Romaharshan Sutta, who was the father of Sutta Goswami. He was one of the suttas, or the speaker. And he was giving the discourse on the topics of the Supreme Lord. And he was killed by Sri Balaramaji, because only theoretical knowledge is not sufficient to rise in the consciousness in spirituality. It's the realization which is very important. And that's why Sri Balaramaji, with the help of one kusha grass, with a strand of grass, just killed Romaharshan Sutta. And then Sutta Goswami, who was the son of Romaharshan Sutta, was coronated as another sutta, next sutta, or the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we saw, starting from the first chapter, first canto, that Shaunaka, there were thousands of sages, and headed by Shaunaka Rishi and Sutta Goswami. He is the speaker of the assembly. And Shaunaka Rishi asks questions, 6 famous questions in the first chapter from Sutta Goswami. And in reply to those questions, Sutta Goswami Sutta Goswami was very practically, if we see Srimad Bhagavatam, the structure, Sutta Goswami gave answers to all 6 questions, establishing that bhakti is the superior marga, or bhakti is the superior path among all the paths in this world, which can take us to the Supreme Lord Krishna. Sutta Goswami made it very clear, but later on, explaining the stories and the conversation, the life history of Parikshit Maharaj, and how Parikshit Maharaj, he met with Shukdev Goswami at the end of Canto first. And we just wrapped up Canto first by in the 19th chapter, where our Parikshit Maharaj, who is on the verge of losing his life or losing his body, material body, in coming 7 days, in the next coming 7 days, Parikshit Maharaj left everything, his wife, his family, his kingdom, and he just went on the banks of Ganges. And he asked that if anyone can reply to the questions which Parikshit Maharaj has at the end of his life. And suddenly Shukra Goswami, who is a son of Vyasadeva, appeared on the spot, and everybody accepted Shukra Goswami as the speaker, including Vedavyas Muni, Narada Muni, Bhardwaj Muni, and so many sages were sitting there. And also our Sutta Goswami, who is our present speaker, was also there. So why I'm telling all these things? Because it has the connection with our today's verse. So Parikshit Maharaj in Canto first, chapter number 19, specifically in verse number 24 and 36, he asked questions that what is the duty of a person who is in general, and also specifically to that person who is about to die. And as we know, we all are about to die, and we only have 7 days in our life. So what that person should be hearing, kirtanam, shravanam, hear, chant, remember, and what should that person not be doing? So this question is a question of all of us. So we can see that this was a question of Parikshit Maharaj, and this was the question of Shaunaka Rishi to Sutta Goswami, and ultimately this is the question for all the humankind who are looking for their own welfare, or who are looking for to increase their consciousness, or to raise their consciousness up to that level which can help this soul to just break the 7 layers of the material universe and go away from this cosmic manifestation forever. This is the 4th type of liberation, which we call final, complete annihilation, where a soul never gets subtle and gross body again. And that's the definition of liberation, actual final liberation, and which is explained in 12th canto also, 4th chapter. So, okay, so Parikshit Maharaj asked these questions, and then second canto begins. And second canto, we have seen wonderfully, second canto, first chapter, very nicely. Our Shukadeva Goswami establishes that Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate duty. Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate duty. But also in the interest of those sages who may be reading Srimad Bhagavatam in future, Shukdev Goswami also explained about Jnana, Karma, Devata worship, and also he establishes the fact that Virat Purusha, worship of a Virat Purusha, or the subtle form of the or the gross material form of the Virat Purusha, and who are the practitioners who are attached towards these forms, these particular forms. But nonetheless, our Shukdev Goswami established that Bhakti is supreme. Supremacy of Bhakti over everything, over Devata worship, over Jnana worship. And also, Shuka Goswami clearly explained that even after performing bhakti, if the heart is not changing, that heart is steel framed. So Shuka Goswami has completely established that the bhakti is the supreme thing which a person should be doing for his own self-realization. Over all the other margas which he has already explained already. Now here, Sutta Goswami, who was reciting this story to Shaunaka Rishi and other sages, he stopped. After this, established the importance or the glories of bhakti. And if we see that all the questions which Shaunaka Rishi asked in the first chapter has finished. So basically, the entire Bhagavatam or the entire conversation just stopped here. But again, Shaunaka Rishi, who is the audience, audience, and Sutta Goswami is the speaker, right? Originally, we see that they are these two parties are interacting with each other to understand the question and answers. The original question and answers are between this party. So many times when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we get confused who is talking to who. Not that much right now, but when we go into third canto and there is conversation between Vidura and Maitreya, so we really get confused. And also, Shaunaka Rishi asked Sutta Goswami that please speak more. Please speak more. And we want to know more about the conversation which happened between Parikshit Maharaj and Shuka Goswami. And then Sutta Goswami again started speaking. And Sutta Goswami again started speaking. And at that time, he explained that Parikshit Maharaj also asked Shuka Goswami about the details of primary and secondary creation, about this creation. Now Parikshit Maharaj asked, and then Shuka Goswami, he started doing Mangalacharan like we just did. He started doing Mangalacharan and he explained the primary and secondary creation to Parikshit Maharaj by taking the conversation which happened once between Narada and Brahma. So between Narada and Brahma, there was a conversation. So see, conversation under conversation and under conversation. Shaunaka Rishi asked from Sutta Goswami. Sutta Goswami is referring the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Shuka Goswami, and Shuka Goswami is answering to Parikshit Maharaj, giving the conversation between Brahma and Narada. That Narada asked 6 questions from Brahmaji about the creation, and Brahmaji is answering the questions, and we saw in 4th chapter, 2nd canto, 4th chapter, Parikshit Maharaj asked these questions. And then Narada and Brahma Samvad comes in 5th and 6th chapters. But 7th chapter describe about the scheduled incarnations, right? Why? Because Brahmaji wanted to give Narada the pastimes of the Lord with external energy, or he wanted to diffuse the confusion in the mind of Narada, because Narada started his questions by asking that Brahmaji, you are the supreme. But Brahmaji said, no, let me tell you who is the actually supreme person. And then Narada asked those 6 questions about the characteristics of the universe, and about the shelter of the universe, about the ingredients, about the creation, and all about the conversation of universe, and about the dependence of the universe. So Narada Muni asked these questions, and then Brahmaji explained in 6th chapter, 5th chapter, all 6th and 5th, 6th chapter was like that. And later on, we have seen that there was the chapter which describe about the incarnation, scheduled incarnation, small things were there, scheduled incarnations of the Supreme Lord. So Brahmaji wanted to give the sweet, we eat a full meal course, and then there is a sweet dessert. And that dessert Brahmaji was adding and explaining that how Lord also come here into various incarnations. And also Brahmaji, in that very chapter, we have seen that about Lord Krishna, when it is the time of incarnation of Krishna, so Brahmaji is established, and there were so many verses which is describing the incarnation of Krishna, about Krishna, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and Krishna is the source and shelter and maintainer from whom everything is emanating, right? So and then after that, after explaining all these things, the Brahma and Narada Samvad got closed, because the question and answer, whatever Parikshit Maharaj asked from Shukra Goswami is just closed. And then Parikshit Maharaj again asked from Shukra Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj again asked from Shukra Goswami these questions which are very, very important. And these questions, we can see that Srila Prabhupada in the purport is mentioning that devotee of the Lord is not only a mere sentimentalist. He wants to know all about the activities of Supreme Lord. All about the activities of Supreme Lord. And that is just like, when we have our own favorite, a celebrity, right? If there is a celebrity, maybe a Bollywood celebrity, or Hollywood celebrity, or a politician, or a cricket, or a sports person. So we want to know all about it. Who is this person's wife? What this person do as other job, or where this person lives, etc., etc. Because we are following this particular person. So similarly, we can see that Parikshit Maharaj, he, from the very beginning, from the very childhood, he used to play with the dolls of Krishna in his childhood, and he is a pure devotee from very beginning. If we remember that, then this Lord Shri Krishna, he protected Parikshit Maharaj when he was in the womb of his mother Uttara. When he was in the womb of his mother, at that time, he was protected by Shri Krishna. And he saw Shri Krishna at that time. And he was a pure devotee from the very beginning. And his faith on the Supreme Lord was very firm. If we see in first canto, Parikshit Maharaj, he had all the power to reverse the curse which he got from Shamik Rishi, Shamik Rishi's son Shringi, that Brahmana boy. Parikshit Maharaj had all the capacity to reverse the curse. If he wanted, he could have done that. But he just accepted it as the decision made by the Supreme Lord. And he, what we call all the time, good use of the bad bargain. And this is the bad bargain. This human form of life is a bad bargain, and especially in Kali Yuga. If we go in 12th canto, and second chapter, it describes the symptoms of Kali Yuga. And if we read the symptoms of Kali Yuga, and we can see how even 5,000 years ago, Vyas Muni was able to see in the future, and whatever is happening right now is given in that. And whatever is going to happen also in the progress of Kali Yuga is also given in that. So it's like it's a degraded age where there is no following of the prescribed duties, rules and regulations. People are just living their life whimsically, just to enjoy their senses, just like animal life. Just like animal life. And there is a big discussion over it, going on in the parts of the country, why the people are, the characteristics of a person is degrading each and every day. And that's the reason why, because this Kali Yuga is appearing so much in its full effulgence, and all the symptoms are, all the lakshanas are manifesting of Kali Yuga. So that is the reason. And we can see that Parikshit Maharaj, all the questions Parikshit Maharaj is asking, and then Shaunaka Rishis Shaunaka Rishi, he is motivating or inspiring Sutta Goswami to speak more and more about the conversation which took place between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukdev Goswami, just for the welfare of the entire human race. And it has been given in the first chapter of first canto. So very, very important to understand when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, or when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, or whenever we try to speak about Srimad Bhagavatam, these all things or all activities related to Srimad Bhagavatam is just so auspicious, especially in this age of Kali. But this age of Kali has the maximum strength of one quality, and that quality is Harinam. The eko hi gun mahan. And what's that one guna is? Chanting of the holy names. And we know that Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with the glories of those personalities who chanted the holy names of the Supreme Lord. And Parikshit Maharaj is the wonderful example who perfected his life by one of the limbs of devotional service. And what is that limb of devotional service? Anybody? Parikshit Maharaj perfected his life by following this one limb of devotional service.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Shravanam.
Shravanam. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So 9 limbs of devotional service, Shravanam, Parikshit Maharaj. And Shravanam, when the Shravanam comes, Shravanam is just not listening and the mind is absent. Many times we see that whenever the students are in class, so what they do, they are listening, they are present physically, but absent mentally. So Shravanam comes with the entire package. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam, all these things, contemplate, listen very carefully, very attentively. And that's what Parikshit Maharaj did. He listened, he heard the message of his Gurudev, of his spiritual master very attentively. And that took him to that level which we find in Canto 12th. Where there is a chapter, Passing Away of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj passes away. This is the chapter. And in that chapter, we see that Parikshit Maharaj just concentrate his mind on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, whatever he has heard, and then he forgot what he is outside. I mean, what his gross material body is where. He just completely forgot. And then Takshak came and just, the story is, it's itself is a very wonderful story. I'm not going to spill the beans until the 12th canto, maybe. You read there, it's amazing. So Parikshit Maharaj heard with that intensity, which we call Mananam, Nididhyasan, all these Pathanam, Kirtanam, all these things are there as a package of Shravanam. Shravanam means all these things together. And Parikshit Maharaj, again in this chapter, questions by Parikshit. He's again asked questions from Parikshit, from Shukdev Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj inspired Shukdev Goswami to speak more Hari Katha. More and more Hari Katha. And that shows the love of Parikshit Maharaj for about listening the glories of Supreme Lord Krishna. And he inspired Shukdev Goswami, and he said, Shukdev Goswami, please speak more about Lord Hari. We are listening to this this chapter every day, and we saw in verse 4, Parikshit Maharaj said, Lord Hari enters the heart of his hearers. If we see Lord Hari enters the hearts of the hearers, if we see the fact that we are doing the processes of devotional service with our gross body, with our gross limbs, and we know that this gross body has defects, imperfect senses, I'm in illusion, I'm doing mistakes, and I have cheating propensities. And with this gross body, many times in the purports of Srila Prabhupada, we must have seen that Srila Prabhupada has said that unless you are on the same transcendental plane as the Supreme Lord, it is very difficult to perform the service to the Supreme Lord. So I am not transcendental. My gross body is not transcendental at all. And the Supreme Lord is completely transcendental. And it has been said that I should be doing devotional service in order to please the Supreme Lord. Now my gross body is not transcendental by any means. And it has been recommended to perform services to the Supreme Lord. That I cannot do because he is transcendental. And whatever I am doing, how we can say that all these things are accepted by the Supreme Lord? Because he is completely divyam or transcendental. This is the mercy. This is the mercy which is coming of the Supreme Lord as well as the representatives of the Supreme Lord. That as soon as we hear Hari Katha, Lord Hari, Lord Krishna, he just come as a sweeper in our heart and sweeps out all the dirt and make our chitta, our heart, our man so transcendental that it forms the container where I can receive that prema or the love of the Supreme Lord. So Lord Hari enters the hearts of the hearers, enters the hearts of the hearer. But that hearing or that Shravanam comes with a package which has 5 points, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasan, Pathanam, and Kirtanam. All these things are the part of Shravanam package, the complete package. And Hari Katha it purifies the heart. That's what our our Parikshit Maharaj said. And Parikshit Maharaj, specifically starting from 7th verse, 7 to 8, he inquired about the Jiva and Lord. So many questions he has asked Parikshit Maharaj, that how come this Jiva, although supreme, still comes and become entangled with the gross body, because it's like there is no combination. There is no combination of mixing of oil and water at any time. So how come soul get mixed with this material consciousness? So many questions have been asked. Or where is Karnodakshay Vishnu lies, and about the Virat Purusha. And now in 12th to 12, 13, 14, he asked questions about the time and about other things also. About time and about karma also. And specifically, let's just come to our today's verse number 16. Parikshit Maharaj asked 3 things. What are the 3 things? Dimensions of the universe. Dimension of the universe. Now, nobody in science, as a scientist, can give us the dimension of the universe. They can give you the dimension of the earth, earth planet, but universe is much, much more bigger than that, which we can comprehend. And the dimensions and measurement of the universe, we can see that further in 5th canto. When we go into 5th canto, that Maharaj Priyavrata, 5th canto start with the description of Maharaj Priyavrata, who is the second son of Swayambhuva Manu. So Priyavrata Maharaj, how he created 7 islands and 7 oceans with his chariot, with the wheels of his chariot. And also in 5th canto, starting from 16th chapter till 26th chapter, there is a complete whole description of the universe, about so many places, Ilavrata Place, Jambu Dvipa, and also the calculation is also given in yojanas. 84,000 yojanas, 32,000 yojanas. If anyone is interested, they can go and read 5.16 to 26, these chapters. So all these dimensions of the universe have been explained there. And then Parikshit Maharaj asked about the characteristics and the activities of the pure devotees or the great souls, right? Great souls or pure devotees. And we have seen that coming along in further in cantos, in 3rd canto, starting in 3rd canto, we will hear about Vidura and Maitreya, and then Kapil Muni. So many incarnations are also going to come, like Varahadev. And then later on, in 4th canto, we will see about Dhruv Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj. 5th canto also Rishabhadev, and so many other Rishabhadev also, and so many other incarnations. 6th canto, 7th canto especially, the devotee Prahlad Maharaj, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, has been described there. First 10 chapters, 7.1 to 7.10, first chapter describe about the pure devotional service. And next, 3rd one, what Parikshit Maharaj asked in this verse, characteristics of varṇāśrama. Characteristics of varṇāśrama. So, canto 7th, first 10 chapter describe about the pure devotee Prahlad Maharaj, but rest of the rest of the 5 chapters, 11 to 15, describe about the mixed devotion or the characteristics of Varna and Ashrama. Clearly, very, very, very elaborately, Narada Muni is describing it to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Very nice. From 11 to 15 chapters. This is a mixed devotion. And what is, he has described about each Varna and each Ashrama also in that. What is Varna? Varna is quality. Accordingly, what quality it has been. Now the entire universe has been divided into this Varna and Ashrama. Varna is quality and Ashrama is lifestyle. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita in 4.13, he says, Chatur Varnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. He is the one who, according to the Guna means, what is Guna? What quality you are in. Modes. Gun means rope. Or the modes of material nature. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. What quality you are in? Karma. What kind of activities you are doing. So, quality and karma divides the varṇāśrama system. But what is this varṇāśrama system? Varnas is quality, and we know what is the quality? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. And what is the ashrama? Brahmachari, Grahasth, Vanaprasth, and Sannyas. If we see among the ashramas, Brahmachari, Vanaprasth, and Sannyas, these three are mainly Brahmachari ashram. But also in Grahastha ashram, we follow Brahmacharya, concept of Brahmacharya. And in Grahastha ashrama, usually we see the Varnas like Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Now, there are types of varṇāśrama system. So usually when this living entity, he gets the body of a human being, usually it has been described that this living entity or this human being is a vikarmi. There are four types of four types of workers have been described in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4. And these four types of worker, the lowest one is the one who just living their life like animals without following any rules or regulations, just to have some fun. Lowest of all, who does not follow, even do karma. They are not even doing karma. They are doing vikarma. What is vikarma? Against the injunctions of Shastras, whimsically living their life. That's the lowest of all. And then one above them is better than this person is the one who does karma following the injunctions of Shastra and enjoys the result himself, but he is not giving it to anybody. He knows by performing this, he is going to get this benefit, he is doing it. So he is following Shastra. So he is a karmi. This person is a karmi. Now this person is a karmi and is not giving any results to anybody, not to demigods, not to Vishnu. So this person is described as a thief in Bhagavad Gita. He is a thief. But higher than this person is he who does karma, who perform karmas and offer the results to devatas and accept their prasadam. So he does not incur any kind of sin because he is just like exchange, is a businessman doing and he is not a sin. He is not stealing from the nature, right? And better than that, even better than that is demigod worshippers. Even better than a demigod worshipper is who works and offers the results to Lord Vishnu and accepts his prasadam. So he does not get any sin, but at the same time, he gets progress in his spiritual life. So even among these people who offers their result, who are doing prescribed duties, they come under the varṇāśrama system. They are doing prescribed duty and offer to Vishnu. But even among this kind of Vishnu worshippers, there are types of people. It depends what they want, right? What they want in return. So the lowest is again one who is performing varṇāśrama system, but in the end he wants some material result. He wants some material result, like for example, I get promoted as CEO of my company as a material result, right? So, but he is worshipping Vishnu for that. So he is definitely a devotee, but he is doing it for material benefit. So he comes under the varṇāśrama system. And even better than this person is one who offers to the Lord, but does not expect anything in return. So kind of detachment, and we call Nishkam Karma Yoga. Nishkam means don't want anything in return. And he's a Karma Yogi. And he is aspiring for what we call aṇḍa-karan shuddhi, or we can say in English, it's to realize that I'm a soul. And I'm a soul, and he is walking up to the path of Jnana Marga, or the knowledge. And even better than this person is who are the pure devotees. And these pure devotees they are following the varṇāśrama system. They are not completely detached. They still have material desires. They are not still completely detached. But at the same time, they are offering to Vishnu just for the pleasure of Vishnu, just to become pure devotees, just as a love for Vishnu. And we saw that, prior to what we discussed, who are the worshippers of Vishnu. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita 7:16, right? Chaturvida bhajante mam. 4 types of people come surrender unto me. Jnana, these are artha, jigyasu, artharthi, and jnani. These 4 kind of people we described. Now the 4th one, last one is who is performing varṇāśrama system just to please the Supreme Law. And this is called Daiva Varnashram system, which is just to please the Supreme Lord. And this Daiva Varnashram system has been again and again got celebrated in Srimad Bhagavatam. First canto, second chapter, verse number 13. What we have seen, Atah Pumbir Dvija Shreshta Varnāśrama Vibhagasa Swanutisthasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Hari Toshanam. If the prescribed duties by the human beings, done by the human beings, is not for pleasing or to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then everything is just useless. 1.2.8 Shram Ebhi Kevalam. Only it's a waste of time. So we are performing Varnāśram system. We may come under the regular Varnāśram system, but not the Daiva Varnāśram system. What is the definition of Daiva Varnāśram? When we are in the Varnāśram system and we are performing only to please the Supreme Lord, without in return of anything. I forgot to mention one point. One is the person, Vishnu worshippers, one who wants material desires. The other one is who don't want anything. He is walking on the Jnana Marg. And the third one is person who is worshipping the Lord Vishnu just to gain Vaikuntha planets or liberation in Vaikuntha planets. You know, there is one kind of mukti which we call Sayuchya mukti. That's for Jnana Marg. But other muktis, Srishti, Sashti, Samipya, Salukya, Sarupya, all these muktis where we can live with Lord Narayan in Vaikuntha planet, become like him, his hands and opulent, same planet as the Supreme Lord. This Vaikuntha planets. So this is also a kind of desire of liberation, mukti. So, but the superior, the most superior person who is following the Daiva Varnāśram system, who wants to become pure devotees. I go into the Goloka Vrindavan, wherever devotees' desire is, wherever I may go. But the Supreme Lord, I always serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in any capacity. And we can see that whenever Krishna manifests his pastimes over in the universe, always Krishna is manifesting. It's the Nitya Leela. So in that we have seen, Prabhupada is also mentioning in the purport about Mother Yashoda, that we may think that Mother Yashoda is just a cowherd woman, but Krishna showed even his universal form to Mother Yashoda. So even devotees of the Lord, like I am in regular Varnāśram system. I aspire to just go to the Daiva Varnāśram system, and then from there, when I get the full Shraddha, and then enter into the stages of devotional service. But the devotees, the pure devotees of the Lord, they just get to know about the Supreme Lord, about everything. But still, they never get perplexed. They still think that Krishna is mine. Like Mother Yashoda, who is eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, Nitya Siddha Bhakta of Supreme Lord. Anyways, there is time. Time just loses its potency when we start talking about Krishna. So that's what happened even in the upper in Goloka Vrindavan. But wherever Srimad Bhagavatam is glorified, wherever Krishna's devotees are glorified, it's like Krishna is appearing every day, every moment in the life of a devotee with the medium of this beautiful Srimad Bhagavatam. So tomorrow is Krishna Janmashtami. I wish all of you a very, very, very happy Krishna Janmashtami, Krishna Appearance Day for tomorrow. And may this Janmashtami bring lots of devotion into your life so that you can reach up to the point where we can actually celebrate this Krishna Janmashtami in Goloka Vrindavan one day, whenever Krishna desires. Thank you so much. It's 9 o'clock. I'm sorry for taking so much time. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
No, it was wonderful listening to your very, very detailed account when you started, it was going through my head. Madhavi Gaurangi, she has become a spiritual historian, describing from the beginning how this whole thing broke down from the beginning, from Mahāśrama Sutta and all of that. Then to Sutta Goswami, and then describing, step by step, the 6 reasons, the 6 questions that were asked, and by Maharaj Pariksit, and on and on and on to this point here. Very nice. If you have a question, please unmute yourself. We're on top of the hour, but we can take a few questions if you don't feel like asking. And if also you want to describe some of your takeaways, or connect the dots from something else that you've heard that connects to this lecture, please do that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much for this wonderful class. I was wondering, with the situation with Parikshit Maharaj, when he decided not to do anything about the curse, how would that be different than someone else who had say a terrible illness, but they were able to cure it, but they said, oh, well, God intended this to happen, so I'm going to let it be. How would that be different? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your kind and genuine inquiry. So Parikshit Maharaj, he, as we said, that he was able to just he was able to reverse the curse, but he did not do it because he accepted it as whatever Krishna has given it to that person. So the difference between the person who just accepted the disease as a bad omen is that Parikshit Maharaj wanted to do something about it. Parikshit Maharaj has, because of the acceptance of that curse by Parikshit Maharaj, this Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken to him by Shukadeva Goswami, and that's how it came into the access hands of us human beings. Of course, our acharyas had to give a lot of credit for that. But at the same time, when a normal person, like me, if I get any disease and I just don't cure it and accept it as a bad omen, okay, this is Krishna is given to me, and now I am not contributing. I mean, that's what my understanding is. I'm not contributing as much for the welfare of society or giving. I know the examples of some people who got cancer, and they don't want to do anything about it, and they just want to leave their body, and during their last days, they just wanted to be an example as a devotee and wanted to preach whatever they have learned over a period of time. So definitely, it's a personal choice, but we can see that Parikshit Maharaj has definitely given something very valuable to the human society, because he was a pure devotee himself. And when he did not accept the curse, it is on the, when he did accept the curse, it is on the account of that guilt that he disrespected a Vaishnava. He disrespected a Brahmana, he disrespected somebody to whom he should not be doing it. So he accepted it as its punishment. And he is on the level of pure devotion, Parikshit Maharaj. So whatever the pure devotees or Mahajans, they do for the welfare for the entire human race. But a normal person like me, if just follow Parikshit Maharaj, so I don't think so that that's going to help anybody, neither me nor the society. So that's why it always given that we should follow on the footsteps of the Mahajanas or the great souls, but we should not try to mimic them. We should not just try to do whatever. We should be as, what my level is. I'm on the level of pure devotion or not. I'm not a pure devotee. I'm not there, but I am here. I'm trying to be here. So there is a big gap which creates havoc. in my life and in the life of others surrounded around me. I hope I try to just give answer according to my understanding. I hope this makes some sense, what I'm trying to say.
Yes, thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yeah, it makes sense to me also. When I ask that. Any other questions? If not, then we're past the hour, a little bit past the hour now. Thank you very much, Mataji, for giving a very enlightening and detailed class. Everybody's, as Mataji said, tomorrow is Sri Krishna Janmashtami. There are programs. Those of you who like to, for Harrisburg Temple, would like to read Krishna book on Janmashtami Day tomorrow, there are a few slots left still, as far as I know. Contact Madame Suya for that to get a slot. And about 2 or 3 left. And definitely be part of this tomorrow. Come to the temple in the evening and let's have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful relationship with the deities and the whole devotees. It should be wonderful everywhere. Janmashtami is always, always very, very festive. And then in the evening, we'll go all the way up to midnight. So, devotees, this is what's happening tomorrow. Vanchakapatarubhishcha kripa sindhave eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Again, thank you very much, all devotees. Have a wonderful weekend.